Hi, this is John Strutter with Behind the Panels, and we're here with Mouse Guard creator and artist and writer, all wrapped up in one, David Petersen. How's it going this weekend, David?
Good, how about you?
Can't complain. So, for the better part of a decade, we've been working on Black Axe, and that's coming along nicely. Can you tell us a little bit about that as it's coming towards its conclusion?
I'm really looking forward to wrapping it up, not just because I want it off my plate and I want to finally, get it out there for the fans, but because the ending of the story has a meaning, and that's you don't really get the full story out until you get to the end. So I'm anxious to kind of wrap it up in the meaningful ways. It's going to be good.
Well, it's a little frustrating for some of the readers, myself included, that after this we're doing another backtrack towards the Weasel Wars.
Yep.
Have you come up with a definitive title for what the series is going to be called?
Burning Wheel?
No. I think it's going to be the Weasel War.
They have everything that you would need.
The Weasel, the Weasel War of 1149, something,
The Weasel War.
That kind of sounds definitive, right? Kind of sounds like I know what I'm talking about.
Yeah. But I think people know enough from reading Fall and Winter that there was a war with the Weasel. So I don't know if it needs to be pronounced that much. The Weasel War.
That's true. I could just do the War of 1149.
That sounds really good.
Yeah. I don't know. I kind of like having the weasel in there.
I know you do, but ever since you mentioned that in our last interview, I have bad dreams about it. I literally do, because I don't want to see a Mouse Guard collection that has the Weasel War. It reminds me of like a Warner Brothers Looney Tunes cartoon or something.
Oh.
The Weasel War.
We'll see.
I'm looking forward to it, but what my concern is that at the end of winter, Liam is now the Black Axe.
Yeah.
So, when are we going to continue the storyline? Is it going to be after the Weasel War?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
And is it going to
go?
go
Directly after that would be picking up after winter with Liam as the Black Axe.
Okay. Anything that you can, any exclusive information that you can shout out to the fans out there about any of the publications coming out?
Wow, that I can think of. There's going to be a song in issue 5, kind of like, there were songs in winter. The friend of mine who helped me record the audio version of the first song and then performed it is working on getting the funeral song from Winter recorded, and then also I've given him the lyrics and kind of my rough melody for the song that's in Black Axe issue 5.
And when will that be available?
Black Axe issue 5?
No, the song.
Oh, the song. I don't know. He works at his own pace, and I'm not paying him, so whenever he gets done with it,
Okay, now let's segue into the model building. You're not just content, doing the artwork, but you also have to actually physically create the world of Mouse Guard.
Well, the model building is what helps get the drawings done, really. The model building works as both nice reference to have, but also in helping me design places. I find it's way easier for me to be inspired and try to come up with different looking architecture places or different shapes when I'm putting pieces of cardboard together and gluing things together rather than trying to draw it. When I'm trying to draw it, I don't get anywhere. It's hours later. I've drawn a scribble or I've copied a photo and I haven't come up with anything new. But if I start building models, I can actually design rooms quicker that way.
Okay. Now, you've also been doing IDW covers for the Turtles. You did 8 of them, not all of which have been released yet.
Right. Well, I'm still working on 2 of them. So, yeah, I've finished 6 of them. Still have 2 to finish up art for. One of them's inked, but I need to color it.
Which 2 would those be?
April, and I don't know that I'm allowed to say the other one.
Is it Shredder?
I don't know that I'm allowed to say the other one.
I understand. So it might be Shredder.
Might be.
Okay, now, pushing this,
Might not be.
recently you did an eBay auction for your Splinter piece, which went very well. Prior to that, you did a Casey. For all the viewers out there not in the know, you will be auctioning off all 4 Turtle pieces, or are you just going to take it one at a time and see how
I'm going to do it one at a time. I'm not going to put them together. But I'll do them one at a time. I'll put them up on eBay. I haven't decided when I'm going to do the next one. But, yeah.
Do you know which one it's going to be?
I think it's going to be Raphael first. I think.
Okay.
Yeah. It's probably going to go, I think the order I have in my head is Raph, Don, Mike, Leo. But I might just do it in the order that they came out, which would be Raph, Mike, Don, Leo.
Okay. Any other projects in the future aside from doing Mouse Guard? I know you did the Muppets cover for Boom.
Yeah, that was a while ago. No, I don't really have anything other than Mouse Guard on my slate. Yeah, I mean, I've got a pinup that I did a while ago that's going to appear in the Curse Pirate Girl hardcover edition. I did a piece for a buddy of mine who does a webcomic who's trying to get a Kickstarter together for the collection of his books, so I did a pinup for his collection. There have been a couple other things like that I'll do pinups for. But I can't think of anything major.
Now, the role-playing game has been extremely successful as well. How is that, being a comic book fan, being somebody in the environment as this, how does that feel to know that you have a product out there that people are playing as a game?
I think it's really cool.
Part of your life's work is now out there in the hands of people where they're just making up their own adventures.
I think that's awesome.
What about, has anybody approached you for Mouse Guard, the film? Mouse Guard, the cartoon?
Sure. Yeah. There was one that got pretty serious, but in the end, it fell through, and it was frustrating just because of all the business talk and all the talk between lawyers and talking to directors and producers and that kind of stuff. And I ultimately felt like I was probably better served to have spent that time just making more Mouse Guard books.
So is this something that you would take into consideration only if it's laid out properly?
Sure. Yeah. I just felt like it shouldn't be that hard. If the perfect offer came along, and I don't mean perfect like perfect, but if the right offer came along that just felt right, of course I would go for it. But I'm not actively seeking anything at this point.
Which medium would you prefer? Would you prefer a film done in classic animation style?
It'd be film with the 3D. Try to get it as realistic looking as possible.
Okay, so you're thinking more CGI.
Yeah, my artwork has a lot to do with color and texture, and I want the rocks to really have that grainy pebbliness. I want little particles of dust coming off of it when the mice roll up, climb up them. I want all the grass in the background to be able to move independently of each other. I want leaves to have animated flight paths and trajectories. And in classic animation, you have to traditional hand-drawn animation. You generally have to simplify designs and make them cleaner and smoother, and that's just not what the style and artwork of Mouse Guard is supposed to be about. So.
Right. All right. David, thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Always a pleasure. We'll talk to you later.
All right.